Welcome. Welcome to the number one friendship podcast in the country. I'm Matt Ritter.
I'm Aaron Cairo.
Guys, go to manoftheyearpodcast.com or YouTube to see our pretty faces and get our merch. Kiro, I had something funny happen the other day. I was at a party and a friend of ours was like, "Hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. I haven't seen you in a while." And like within 2 minutes had invited themselves over to my pool for a swim. And my first reaction was like, all right, yeah, okay, that's like it was like I didn't even realize what had just happened. I was like, I just made plans to have somebody come over to my pool without me kind of realizing. And then as I started thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, why don't more people just do that? So then I thought, I told you about this last week. I'm like, why don't we do an episode about inviting yourself places? Because we talk a lot about being the friend and inviting others places, but we never talk about inviting yourself to places. But at the same time, I find that our listeners' biggest gripe is that like they never get invited places and they feel excluded. So I wanted to talk to you just in general about your initial take on this idea of like, shouldn't you just be inviting yourself places more?
Okay, well, first of all, I want to know. By the way, this was like invitation jujitsu. He used your strengths against you.
Right.
What did he or she say?
It was just like, haven't seen you in a while, blah, blah, blah. We should get the kids together. And then he literally just said, I'm inviting myself over.
Oh, he
Like
literally said, "I'm
literally,
inviting myself over."
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's what made me think about it as an episode idea because it was so direct. And it was like, I was like, of course I'm going to say yes, right? Like it's a person I like anyway. And so it just hit me like there's so many. I wanted to unpack some ideas that basically based on this. I wanted to hit you with some ideas, some talk, some myths maybe.
Okay.
You ready? You ready to hear the myths?
Can I
Number
can I
one
can
myth.
I can I say one thing first?
Yeah.
This has
Yeah.
got to be only a really good friend, or maybe that's a myth, would be able to do that.
I'm not sure.
Okay,
Let's go through the myths. Let's
let's do
go
the
through the myths.
myths.
Number one, I call it the invite myth. If they wanted me there, they would invite me. I think that's not true. I think people are busy. They forget. They sometimes don't think you'd want to come. I don't know. What do you think about that? Just that's I think that's like the number one misconception.
No, I love that total myth. I mean, again, it's for all the reasons you said. Like, not everybody's thinking about you all the time. They don't know what your deal is. People, you know, 100%. I agree. I'm on totally agreement.
Number two, that people don't like it, right? That people don't like it if people invite themselves over. I actually think, like, for me, again, I talk about this like neighbors, pop ins, whatever. Obviously, I like it. I'm not like, how dare they? I'm like, oh, this is easy. This is good for me. This is like make killing my 5 to 7. And this is a little context, maybe, right? Obviously, like you said, radical self awareness. My parents' friends know that between like whatever 4 to 6, it's just hard to kill that time. And so a lot of times I'm like, great, the more the merrier.
Hard to kill or fill.
Kill, how to kill the time.
You mean with the kids?
Yeah,
Because they're not going to bed yet and they're running around and you got to do something with them.
yeah, yeah.
So your work day is being compressed and compressed into being almost it ends at 3, it starts at 9. I mean, how do you do it?
Let's
Yeah.
not get into that, Caro. It's a dark,
Yeah,
it'll
yeah,
put me into a dark place. All right.
yeah.
So, you know, this isn't necessarily a myth, but we talk about how, like be the friend, blah, blah, blah. But we've also talked about in friend groups, like people need initiators, people need drivers. Like, you know, inviting yourself is maybe initiating, maybe just reframing it, right? Initiating that friendship a little more.
Can we just go back to the previous myth? What was the myth of the
Yeah.
4 to 6?
Oh, just that, people don't like it when you invite yourself, just like
Right. Yeah.
in general.
Right, but you're practicing radical self-awareness, but the other person also has to practice radical self-awareness. I mean, no one's inviting
You have to
themselves
know
to my.
what's going on. You have to know what's
Yeah,
going on. I think I'm trying to
yeah.
eliminate the myth that your baseline is that you're an imposition.
Oh, I see. No, I love that. Your baseline is that you're wanted.
Exactly. Your baseline should be that you're wanted, not that you're an imposition.
Yeah. No, you're not in a position. If you were in imposition, people who are in positions do not think enough to wonder whether they're in positions or not.
Yep. How about also changing the language of the way you even say it?
Okay.
So, because I think I was a little bit, I mean, there was like, I was like, oh, it was very confident and direct the way they said it, but it's like, I'm inviting myself over. It's like, is it better to say like, instead of saying like, oh, I'm crashing, like, mind if we join, or, mind if we come too, or like, instead of being like, sorry to invite myself, like, maybe it's just like, I'm down too. What can I bring or something? I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
I kind of like what your friend did because
Straightforward.
it's
Just boom.
but somehow it's still diplomatic. Like you're not being a dick about it.
Yeah.
Like if you say, "Can I come to?" or "I'm coming," that's a little more aggressive than, "Can I just invite myself?" I'm just going to invite myself because it gives you a little bit more wiggle room if you want to get out of it.
Mm.
By the way, if you we all we need if you're the inviting yourself and the other person balks, you need to be self-aware to be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, no worries."
Right. The second there's a pause or like a deliberation on it, that's them telling you, right?
Yeah.
Let's play this
Um,
out, right? So it's
okay.
like, hey, oh, you're having a pool party? Oh, yeah. I'm just inviting myself over. Is that cool?
Oh man, I mean, yeah, just like we have a lifeguard, and there's just, I just don't know if I can like. I'd love to. Let's do another time, maybe, or you
Oh
can
yeah, yeah,
come.
no problem. No problem. No problem. We'll just plan something.
I think you waited too long.
I waited too long. I waited too
Yeah,
long. Well, you said
left me
the
out to.
lifeguard thing, so I was like, wait, if there's a lifeguard, then anybody can come.
Is that a thing? I made that up, by the way.
You made that up. I don't know. Are people having lifeguards at their house at their house pool parties?
Well, I don't know. I
Maybe.
suppose. Yeah, I don't know. I suppose. Uh, I don't know. This is a little tangential, but when you have a party that's an adult party, but kids are invited, okay, which you have had many. I feel like the parents can't really have that much fun, or they're limited.
It's different. I don't know. I think we're having fun. I got to be honest. I think we're having a good
Well, we
time.
do have fun,
Still
but
some
like
drinking.
you need to keep one. You have need to prevent the death of your child at every
Well,
turn.
yeah, you have to be a responsible fun. It has to be not an irresponsible fun. You're right. We can't have irresponsible fun anymore.
But if can your kid, when your kids are getting up there, well, at least Brenner is. Your kids can't be in the pool without you.
No, I can't fully relax if that's what you're asking. I can't fully relax
Well,
ever for the rest of my life. What do you mean?
the reason I bring up lifeguard is that if you go to a pool party with a kid, do you have to go in the pool with your kid?
Or somebody's got to be in there with them. That's sometimes like this is a pet peeve.
Okay, here we go.
Have people over the pool and then they don't go in, but their kid does. Like, I'm not going to go in though. You don't mind, do you? Like, I'm not watching your kid. What?
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. Are you in the pool?
Yeah.
They're like, go swim with Uncle
But
Matt. And you're
sometimes,
like, but I want to.
listen, sometimes you do it because, listen, sometimes you do it because, like, even sometimes when I'm hosting, I'm doing other stuff and my kids want to stay in. So sometimes a parent is watching my kid and their kid. So it just kind of like all evens out in the end.
Yeah, it's true. It's tough, man. I mean, like these kids, they're fast under the water, like torpedoes.
Yeah.
You
But I
know.
don't like
And
when parents come over and they're like, I'm not going in the pool,
Right. Right.
Like, no, everybody's going in the pool. We're all going in the pool. Like,
Yeah.
if your
It's
kids are going, you're going in,
yeah.
right?
Okay.
Am I crazy for thinking that should be the rule?
Well, yeah, that's sort of why I was saying lifeguard.
Right. No, I like your lifeguard idea. But let's go back to the idea of like invitations. I think people are over indexing for how much thought people put in their invitations.
Well, another thing I thought of, Matt, is like, is the person who's inviting him or herself, do they ever invite you somewhere? I mean, have you ever gone to this person's house?
Right. Yes. The answer is yes. For me.
Okay. Yeah. So I think, you know, you got to know your place. You got to know, like, uh, if what your relationship is like. But I think
You also have to
that,
get a Matt you have to get a Matt who's a yes person.
right, you need to separate the person from their partner who's more of a no person and get the yes. And then you have to go to your Jess and be like, these people are coming. Also, like, did you pick a specific date?
No, not at the time.
So this is really more of
just
amorphous kind of thing.
Yep. Yep.
Like, has there been follow up since?
No, because it just happened.
Got it. I mean, because I was just going to say, because your Google Calendar is flawed.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to podcast, and you're like, I have a potty training session. Like, well, then how'd you not
No,
know
I
this?
mean, honestly, by the way, if anybody's watching this, the reason that we're doing this in my office as opposed to my normal podcast studio, which is my house, is because we're literally in the middle of it right this weekend, pot training.
But I mean, I'm going to ask a series of dumb questions. Potty training presumably is when he's pooping. What about the other 50 minutes of the hour when he's not pooping?
Just in the house. We took him out of school today.
But in the house doing what? Playing with his toys?
Yeah.
And then what?
Inside, outside, just around the house.
How often does a 3-year-old poop?
I don't know. Once, not poop, peeing too. That's the main thing.
Oh, okay. Peeing. How often does a 3-year-old use a restroom?
I don't know, every hour.
Okay, so for an hour he's playing with his toys, doing whatever, and then he goes, "Ma, Dad, I gotta pee." And you're like, "Well, we're doing something new today." Is that it?
No. The kid expresses no. The kid expresses that there's a readiness for potty training. That they understand the toilet. You've had the potty around. They've been messing around with it a bunch before you actually do the weekend where you're like, this is the weekend. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
And for some people, it takes like months.
Right. But talk me through. Are we literally going, okay, this is how you do, you open the thing and you take your penis out and you pee, or just he going, I don't want to do
Yes,
it. Like,
but we've already taught that. But I'm saying my point is, when you get to the potty training weekend that we're at, we've already done that many times.
So what's the problem?
To make him do it every single time from now on. No more diapers.
Yeah. But I guess what I'm asking is, does he want to do it?
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's ready. They express a readiness to do it.
Yeah.
They would say, like, you got to wait till they tell you they're ready to do it. You can't like force a kid into it a lot of the time.
Got it. So, and then you're like, all right, Brenner, you said you were ready. So this is what you're going to do. And they're going to go, no, yes, we're going to miss the toilet completely. And then.
Yeah, a lot of that. I mean, the house is going to be messy.
So you're going,
Kara would not like it.
So you're transitioning from changing his diaper to wiping his butt, basically.
Changing his diaper. No, he's going to wipe.
What? I don't think you don't think you wipe your own butt. I think you get your butt wiped.
Yes.
I remember. Yeah.
No. Once they're potty trained, they learn how to wipe. I mean, you're going to help them for a while.
Yeah, right. No, I remember getting my butt wiped for a while.
You remember it?
I think I remember. I'm gonna ask my mom how. I mean, is he not gonna remember this?
He's not gonna remember this. I don't think. Yeah. Oh, actually, I think 3 is when you start remembering things.
Right.
You remember getting your butt wiped?
I think so, but maybe it was just, I don't know. Maybe because I was 10. Anyway, all right. So you want to go to a listener question? You want to? What do you talk to me?
Yeah,
What do you
let's
want to do?
take a listener question. Let's take a
All right,
listener
guys. We
question.
will be right back with a listener question. Okay, guys, this is asking for a friend. If you have a friendship question or ethical dilemma, send it to us on Instagram at Man of the Year Podcast, and we will answer on the show. Matt, take it away.
Cairo, I feel like this is a Cairo special.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Matt and Cairo, I live like 10 minutes from two of my closest friends. They're married with kids, and I know in italics that they hang out with other couples in the neighborhood pretty regularly. I almost never get invited. Part of me feels like I should just text, hey, I'm coming by, or can I join? But another part of me is like, they wanted me there. Why would they invite me? At what point are you inviting yourself versus just forcing your way into something you're clearly not actually included in?
All right, great question. And we have tackled something somewhat similar-ish about kids' birthday parties. Uh,
Yes.
um, and what I think it's a similar answer, which is that
Yeah.
first of all, actually, I think it's a little different for this. Like, if you're the party thrower, if you're hanging out, if you're married,
Okay.
hanging out with your couple friends, don't always assume that your single friend doesn't want to come. You can always
Right.
send the invitation and they could decline, and you could be okay with that. I think it's
Okay.
okay for you to hang out with your couple friends and it be a couple's night and a single guy is not invited sometimes. I
Uh-huh.
think it's okay for the single guy to decline a couple friend invitation. I
Right.
This probably warrants a conversation, and I bet you, if the guy says to his friends, "Hey, I don't mind hanging out with Sue and blah blah blah," they'd be like, "Oh, really? Oh, I just figured you wouldn't want to do that." And he goes, "No, I like them." And
I think it's yes and good. Let's take that one step further. Not I don't mind them or whatever. It's like I think it's more like I want to get to know them better or something. Like
hmm,
part of it is this disconnect of the truth of like, this is probably going on a little bit between us. Like I have all these like new dad friends. You have varying degrees of like familiarity with some of them, right?
yeah,
So we fill our heads with whatever story is the worst one, right? That I'm not wanted is the worst one. We always fill
yeah,
our heads with the one. But the truth is, right now, I'm defaulting to convenience, right? I'm defaulting to proximity, friends, couples nearby. I assume Cairo's doing his own thing, right? So then you just become not in the regular rotation of that thing, right? It's not
hmm,
necessarily rejection. It's not getting invited. It's just not active, I guess. And you don't earn your way into this like regular rotation by just making up these stories in your mind, right? You earn it by making it easy, showing up, kind of like letting them know you want to be part of this thing.
I think what Matt is saying, he's calling me friend emeritus. Um,
Well, I did invite
I
you.
feel
Actually, I did invite you. I was on the block yesterday, and I did invite you to a bar.
yes,
I was there with a couple
yes,
of dads.
yes. That was very
And you
nice.
said too busy.
I said too busy, right? And you didn't take offense, and that was fine.
No, I
Um,
didn't. I didn't take offense, but I did think to myself, "Oh, I'm in the neighborhood. I should invite him." So I think
yeah,
the onus is a little bit on both parties.
yeah. I mean, I think that we have said in the past to the person in the couple or the person with kids, don't just assume that the single person doesn't want to hang out or do this stuff. I mean, unless they've said, I hate those people or I hate kids.
Right.
We
Right.
have our friend Dan, who doesn't like kids, so he doesn't get invited to that stuff.
Hmm. He
But
doesn't.
no, my big Canadian Dan. Yeah,
He's right. He doesn't like kids. He's expressed that.
yeah.
So he was like, "If there's kids around, do not invite me."
Basically, yes.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious. I did not know
Or he
that.
just says no to everything like that. And like honestly, I respect it.
Right.
I mean, um,
Cairo
if
says no to 90% of those.
well, let's actually talk about this on pod. I think that it is appropriate that I decline your upcoming birthday party, kid's birthday party. Okay. And
Oh, you don't have to come to that.
I know I don't have to, But this particular one, and thank you for your invitation, is
Yeah.
I believe it's a Peppa Pig themed.
Yeah.
First 1 year plus 3 year together at a play gym.
Yeah. Oh, you were under zero obligation to come to that.
I know I'm not. I
I will
know.
say
I know.
this.
Yeah.
There.
What'd you say?
I've said I'll say clearly on air.
Yeah. I don't even know if I'm allowed in a Peppa Pig themed play gym, or what is it? What is it? What is it actually?
It's one of those play spaces. We're just hiring a Peppa Pig character.
But so a play space like a playground.
Yeah, an indoor one, like a gym, like a my gym.
Is there alcohol?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think that, but it was interesting because it cost you nothing except your paperless post token.
Those cost money, actually.
I know. That's what I said. I know. That's what I'm saying.
Those tokens are not cheap.
I know. Really? That's what I'm saying. So it costs you something, but in reality, sending that invitation, it costs you nothing. Me saying no doesn't offend you. No, everyone's happy, and everybody wins.
Are you going to get him a gift?
Am I going to get him a gift? What's the clawback?
If they don't turn the next year, woof, that dark.
No. I don't know if you get divorced. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. So now I think the same thing. Imagine you were having 4 couples over for a dinner party where you and Jess were cooking. You're making your famous Caesar.
Yep.
Now I could say I would love to come, and I think everybody's happy unless there are a couple friends who are like, "Why is a single guy coming?" But I don't think would anybody say that.
No, I don't think anyone in life, would have any
issue. Couple friends, but in the world, is that a thing that a couple friend would say in the world?
No, I don't think so. I really don't.
So I could say, what about this? Perhaps the friend who is in a couple is afraid of rejection. What if you invite me to a couple thing and I'm like, I don't really want to go. Would you be like, oh, now I feel shitty?
No, I don't think so. I think what's going on is assumptions are being made, and they're not irrational assumptions. The assumption is you don't want to come over for a pool hang where there are kids with a bunch of young parents and young kids. And that assumption may be right or wrong, but it's an assumption that's happening just based on, your thoughts about this. These people, our listeners' friends think you don't want to come over and hang out with us and our kids.
Wait, they're kids? I thought it was just couple friends.
No, it said they had kids.
Oh.
I don't know when the hangouts are happening, with or without kids. I don't know if it's he's not getting invited. I don't know if it's with or without kids, but I'm saying, you're right. Maybe it's dinner parties. Maybe it's dinner parties with other couples,
I mean, clearly,
generally, like if they have young kids, the kids are around.
Clearly, the couple friend is going, oh, well, Jimmy, that's my fake name. Jimmy, this isn't for Jimmy. He's not going to like this. He's not going to come. And I don't think there's any malice whatsoever. Zero malice. And there just happened to be they happen to be wrong.
Right. And we always say, look, your friends are not mind readers. So step one is just have a convo of like, I haven't seen you in a while. And if they go, well, it's just like, we're doing the kid stuff all the time. We're kind of at the house. You could just be like, cool, I'll pop by. Like, just be like, I'll pop by. And then you'll know, if they're just like, nah, we don't want you popping by.
Yeah. Or you just even more like, yeah.
I was going to say the odds are they're going to be like, yeah, of course.
Yeah. Or forget about the pop-ins. You could just say, when you're hanging out with the kids and Sue and Nancy, like, I'm happy to come, blah, blah, blah. Because a pop-in is more of an imposition. If they're already having an event.
No, you're right. I'm happy to come. I'm happy to come is a good direct line to somebody's thinking.
I'd love to come. They're probably going to go, really? I'm like, yeah. I think, unless for what I can't even think of a reason why the other friend would be like, no, we don't want this guy here, and I think it's fine. I think it's totally fine.
Right. Right. And
I
they're
do
probably just
think,
assuming that you're doing your own thing.
let me do a little swerve though. I do think
Okay.
it is important for the question asker to cultivate friendships with people who don't have kids or aren't married or in a couple.
So I'm a big yes on this.
Okay, so you agree?
I'm a big yes because I just truly believe friendships have seasons. And sometimes your friendships are aligning just with where your phase is. Maybe you're working in the same office, maybe you have kids the same age, maybe you're living in the same town. And then when you're not in that total alignment, you just may not see each other as much. And that doesn't mean like the good feelings aren't there and it can't like be re-energized or whatever. But that consistency is, how friendships kind of live in the moment. So otherwise you're in this situation where you're having these like weird feelings about something that you can't really get into a good friendship groove with in the moment.
Yeah, I just think you also want to be around people who are sharing your current life situation, values. We've talked about that. It's just good to have single friends who are more available to hang out. And I just think it's like a good positive thing. And, there's plenty of single people and people with kids, and maybe they're of different ages than you. It doesn't matter. It's good to have both.
Right.
Because
Like
I do.
if Kara wants somebody who could stay up past 8 p.m., I'm not the guy right
Right.
now.
Right. Exactly. And it's like, also, it's like, I don't know, just puts less pressure on your friendships with people who are in different life stages, that you don't have to say yes to their couple night kid Peppa Pig party because you've got other stuff to do.
I think that's really important what you just said. Less
Um,
pressure on the relationship.
yeah. I mean, that's why we've also always said it's good to have one friend and it's better than none. The two is better than one and three is better than two. I mean, just to have people go out of town, people move, people pass away. I mean, you need to just have a little bit of a portfolio, a portfolio, as we call it.
Exactly. Right. And that's probably what this listener's feeling. It's like you're feeling that because maybe every weekend you don't have, options that are
That,
getting you excited. But if you
that,
miss your friends, just let them know and tell them you want to hang
right.
out with them.
That's exactly what I'm saying. If he's got a couple buddies that want to go out drinking with him, he doesn't give a shit that his friends, quote, secretly hanging out with his couple friends, because who cares? Let them do what they want. You could all see him another time.
Right. Like, do you care that we're having 4 p.m. pizza parties?
No, I don't even want to know about it.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right, guys, that was asking for a friend. If you have a friendship question, send it to us on Instagram and we'll answer on the show. Matt, any last words? By the way, I want the title of this episode to be like Aziz Ansari, treat yourself. I want it to be invite yourself.
Invite yourself. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
All right, we can change that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things that not enough of us are doing it.
Yeah. This is a corollary to be the friend. Be the friend is, inviting other people to stuff. But if you feel comfortable, like you can also invite yourself if something's going on and it's appropriate.
Watch, people are going to blame us for this trend of everyone inviting themselves everywhere now.
I mean, I can't even think of an example of someone inviting themselves to something that I was doing that I didn't want them to, or I said no.
That's what I'm saying. I don't even, I think people welcome people welcome you in their lives most of the time.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. So I think that your buddy made a good move. I think invite yourself should be another one of our tenets, a new tenant. And guys, let us know if you have ever invited yourself to something else or someone's invited themselves to yours, and how'd you react? All right, guys, thanks so much for listening. Always remember, be good to yourself, be good to your friends. Love you, buddy.
Love you, buddy.